Like working because it's ghetto.
Working is so ghetto.
It is. It really is ghetto.
It's the most ghetto thing that I've ever had to do in my life. Like, I've lived in ghetto places. You know, I have family that lives in the ghetto. Working is more ghetto than my family that lives in the ghetto. Like, the ghetto.
It's the ghettoest thing. Welcome to episode 121 of Culture 316, where we push the culture and conversation of professional wrestling into the 21st century. I am Jay the Creative.
I'm unfortunately back from vacation.
That's not a name.
That's what I am, though.
Whatever. And we do have a lot to talk about. First off, let's start by saying thank you guys for those who have tuned in to Culture 316. Thank you guys for rating the podcast. So if you are listening to this on any form, whether that be Facebook Live, YouTube, Apple, or Spotify podcast, we encourage you to give us a 5-star rating and give us an honest review of the show. We truly greatly appreciate your support. But now that we're past that, let's get right into it. So this past weekend, wrestling fans were treated to 3 shows. Yeah. Extreme Rules, Evolve 10th Anniversary, and Fight for the Fallen. Evolve's 10th Anniversary show was based in the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, and it was meant to counter-program AEW's Fight for the Fallen, which was a show that was dedicated to raise awareness and funds about preventing gun violence. At the end of the show, Cody Rhodes made a really passionate speech after AEW presented the city of Jacksonville with a $150,000 check, and he threw a little shot at WWE, and he said you can counter-program a show, but you can't counter-program a revolution. And I think this kind of goes into asking, does this move solidify that WWE is pressed by AEW?
I don't think they're pressed. I think they're, okay. I don't want to say that they're not I don't want to. Okay, so when you say pressed, you know, people usually are like, "Yo, you always checking for me, whatever." I would actually say it's the other way around. You know, because I'm not the biggest fan of Cody Rhodes, but he's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a cool wrestler. You know, he's pretty cool. You know, stuff like that. As far as yeah, Triple H took his little pot shot, pissant company, blah blah blah, whatever. But, I mean, you broke the chair.
That's a fact.
On Double or Nothing. I feel like there was a whole bunch more that was said. Wasn't there? I feel like he said something else in between the chair and the little counter program, the whatever he said. Honestly, what he said is not wrong. But if you got to mention me every 5 seconds, clearly I live rent-free in your head.
I feel that. I feel that for sure. I think that WWE is pressed by AEW. I feel like based off of what's been happening in WWE, specifically as far as putting Eric Bischoff and Paul Heyman in charge of Raw and SmackDown respectively, I feel that between that, counter-programming a lot of All Elite Wrestling stuff with NXT products, all the way down to their pay-per-views. All Out was scheduled on August 31st, and then they made the NXT UK show on the same day. AEW's Fight for the Fallen was announced, I believe, at the beginning of the year, and then less than a month ago, WWE kind of announced that they were going to put this Evolve 10th Anniversary special on the network.
Yeah.
And so that kind of, I think that's an indicator that I feel like WWE is pressed. But I do want to say that WWE, Cardi's, I do want to say that it's weird because I feel like WWE is pressed, but it's not about the jeopardy of the company. I feel like WWE is such a worldwide brand, such a global phenomenon, that I don't think that their problem necessarily is
That's why I'm saying WWE is not pressed, because WWE is oh, okay, well, you have your little show on your little monthly shows, and it's cute. We have a network, and we have video games, and we have, the biggest we have merchandise,
right.
And we have action figures, and people will spend their life savings on belts.
Right.
Me.
It's very true. I was going to say, it's weird. I feel like WWE is a they're fearful of one thing and one thing only that can turn the momentum of wrestling over towards all elite wrestling, and that is the programming towards a teenage audience. I feel like once you have teenagers on any product,
You have it.
You have it. You are culturally relevant, and you can literally get away with murder. If you can appeal to the youth, specifically black youth, then you have won the culture wars.
Because they be taking our little.
They take everything. They take everything. But yeah, like once you have the youth, once you have essentially culture in your pocket, that's when you can begin to make real money moves and expand. Because I feel like WWE is as big as it is today because at one point in history, multiple points in history, they've appealed to youth culture, even black culture. I mean, we've sat and we've talked about how rappers are wrestling fans. We've sat and we've talked about how the Attitude Era was successful because it appealed to that 18 to 34-year-old demographic. Yeah. And they know that that's the heart of the wrestling audience. And if they don't appeal to that, then it's not.
That teenager / young adult area of like my age,
right.
20, 21, 22
right.
area. Like
you need to get.
Yeah, I mean, what you said is all right, is all very true, but I'm gonna stick with WWE. I don't really think that they're pressed because they have so many different avenues. They just signed this super huge deal with Fox, and they look like they're taking initiative at least a little bit with trying to change up their product. I heard SmackDown was a pretty good show last night. I didn't watch the whole thing. Raw was. We'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
That later, but that's why I said that they're not necessarily pressed. Like Triple H is very smart, and Triple H is going to. They already, NXT and NXT UK and Evolve, like all these places, they already have built-in fan bases. You know what I'm saying? Like the NXT crowd, and if you put in guys like Adam Cole and Drew Gulak and Matt Riddle on these Evolve shows, people are gonna be like, oh, okay, well I know who these guys are. I'm gonna watch this one rather than watching this one with a whole bunch of guys that I don't know who they are. You know,
very true.
Everybody doesn't know, and it works both ways. Everybody doesn't know Adam Cole. Everybody doesn't know the Young Bucks. Everybody doesn't know Matt Riddle, but everybody doesn't know Kenny Omega. So it works
even
both
John
ways.
Moxley, even Dean Ambrose.
And people will know, like, he'll get those crossover fans, like, because people know him from WWE programming.
Absolutely.
But that's all I'm saying. Like, I just don't feel like WWE is that. I just feel like Triple H is making smart business moves.
Absolutely. So if you believe that WWE is pressed or not, we want you to comment below and tell us how you're feeling. And let's move on to the next topic, okay? So this past week, Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Natalya, and Carmella competed in a fatal 4-way elimination match to determine the number one contender for the Raw Women's Championship, which will be defended by Becky Lynch at SummerSlam in Toronto. However, the crowd heckled the match, and Alexa addressed the fans after the show via Twitter, saying that the fans were rude and disrespectful. So now my question is Alexa right about the fans, or are people simply tired of Alexa being included in the main event picture all the time?
Here's the thing. If I'm paying bread to go to a show, I can boo whatever the hell I want to boo. Now, I'm not spitting on nobody. I'm not doing none of the crazy stuff
that some of these people be doing.
Somebody, like even, I don't know, was this Fight for the Fallen? The guy who, or maybe it wasn't Fight for the Fallen.
It was a Code Red. It was an Impact Wrestling thing with Taya Valkyrie.
With no, not that. There was something that just happened. And it was Kip Sabian, and he went over by the crowd. And he went to go. This guy is literally like in his ear, like saying whatever he's saying. And then Kip Sabian went to go like he was gonna kiss him. I thought it was funny, but just like, get out of my face.
Yeah,
like,
legit.
Move. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I always kind of get like really weird. Like when wrestlers, like if they're like fighting right by you in the crowd and fans go to like touch them, don't touch.
I'm not touching. Don't.
Because literally I'm like in. And if you touch me over here, I'm gonna go like that.
Not
like
the little Kim dance.
And I don't Oh my gosh. I don't have time for a lawsuit, okay? Like I'm like okay, I'm done. All right. Oh my gosh. Shout out to Lil Kim. Yeah. If I pay money, I'm gonna boo the match if I didn't like the match.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or really, if it's me, I'm gonna be on my phone. Like I'm not paying attention.
Right.
I'm gonna be on my phone on Twitter or on Facebook week at something because Facebook comedians, y'all are hilarious.
The literal best.
But as far as Alexa, I saw videos of the arena, and it wasn't even like it was scattered chants. It was like probably maybe a good fourth or half of the arena chanting "We want Sasha" during that match.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah, and it's just like, listen, however you may feel about whatever happened with Sasha Banks at the beginning of the month, at the beginning of the month, I guess at the beginning of the new season of WWE after WrestleMania, however you feel about that, you cannot deny that Sasha and Ronda being gone has left a giant hole
in the women's division. Absolutely.
And I'm just like, I'm tired.
Yeah, I feel like Sasha's absence has left her in demand. I feel like sometimes you don't know what the value of someone is until they are gone. Until they are
ready to pack it up.
Yeah, exactly. And
go to your competitor.
You legit. And I think that the part of the issue here is, obviously there have been times where fans are rude or disrespectful, but I feel like that wasn't it in this case. I feel like it's definitely because people are tired of seeing Alexa Bliss in the main event picture. I feel like that's just what it boils down to. You have 2 back-to-back Raw Women's title matches. One was a one-on-one. The other one was a handicap match. In addition to that, the next night after you lose the SmackDown Women's Championship,
you get an
opportunity to compete to be the number 1 contender to be the Raw Women's Championship. And it's just like, okay, when are we going to see something new? And I'm glad that Natty won, even though Natty and Becky doesn't sound like such a blockbuster match. The little confrontation that they had was very entertaining.
It was cute.
I believe that it's going to be a really good match.
I love all the women in that match.
Right.
I love Naomi. I love Carmella. I love Natty. I like Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss too.
But if you really take a look at from the time Alexa Bliss was brought up from the main roster, brought up from NXT to the main roster in July 2016, Alexa Bliss has been in every SummerSlam, has been on the card for every SummerSlam. She's been involved in title matches for both 2017 and 2018.
Right.
She's been in WrestleMania title matches. What was it? 2 WrestleManias in a row?
2 WrestleManias in a row.
She held the championship for a freaking year, lost it to get it back a month and a half later.
And then and in that year, I don't recall a 5-star match. I don't recall a 5-star segment. And that's another thing too.
Not a 5-star match, but she had pretty good matches with Sasha.
Yeah, she had pretty good matches with Sasha. I just feel like when you're at that caliber and you're in that position of being a champion and you're not producing any memorable moments, forget all this stuff about forget all the 5-star stuff, because I feel like that's just kind of like a term thrown around by hardcore wrestling fans who are not really into the storytelling aspect of wrestling. But let's just forget about all that. The fact that you've had the opportunity to deliver memorable moments and you have not, I feel like that's, and by the way, it's not because you're not capable, or it's not because
no one's
suck.
saying
I believe that Alexa is great on the mic. I believe that Alexa has gotten significantly better in the ring. I just feel like when you've been a champion twice on one brand and a champion,
she's a 5-time champion.
She's champion twice on one brand, champion 3 times on another brand, second person to win Miss Money in the Bank. It's just sometimes it just ain't your season, sis. And this is just not your season. It's not about people being rude. Also, you in New York, sis. You were in New York.
I was so sure that she was gonna win that title on Sunday. I was just like, she's gonna find a way to just beat Bayley in a 2-on-1. It's gonna happen.
No, I didn't think she was gonna win.
I didn't really think she was gonna win, but I'm just like, I was definitely sure that she was gonna win this fatal 4-way. The minute Naomi was eliminated, I was like, okay, it's Alexa and Becky, because they already have a built-in story. Alexa beat Becky for the title, and now they had that little rivalry on SmackDown, and now they're gonna bring it to Raw, and whatever. I had already resigned to it. And I guess we can move on after this. again, I like Alexa Bliss. I do. I really feel like
Keep going.
as a baby face, I feel like Alexa can do something. But my thing with Alexa Bliss, and this is oddly enough, this is my same thing with. Keep going? Yeah, keep going. Okay. Oddly enough, this is my same thing that I have with Sasha Banks, is that it's been 3 years, or in Sasha's case, it's been 4 years since you've been on the main roster, and there's been no real evolution of the character.
Absolutely.
You know, and Sasha is just because they won't turn her heel, like because she sells so much freaking merchandise. You know what I'm saying? Like, Sasha's one of the top merchandise sellers of the women.
Right.
And probably of everybody in the company.
Which is the reason why I don't understand why you just don't treat Sasha.
Child, but anyway, like Alexa, you know, there's just been no evolution. Like, she's been the same person since she came up from NXT. So she's been the same person since she was in NXT when she first turned heel with Blake and Murphy.
And that has not been the case. And that has not been the case, like, for any other major featured woman on the roster.
I mean, Bayley's been the same, but Bayley has kind of, when she came up, it was kind of like, okay, oh, they're going to push Bayley, and then they push Bayley to the back after the Alexa thing.
I was going to say, even with Bayley, it's like, I think it's a little bit more acceptable for her because it's very, very well known that she had an off season.
Right.
Just like Sasha had an off season.
And now we have this Bayley who is like, you know, the Bayley that we wanted when she came up. This is the Bayley that we all wanted to see.
Right.
Charlotte Flair, even, she's had 2 face turns, 2 heel turns. She came up as a baby face, turned heel. I love her 2016, 2017 heel run. I think it's just beautiful, especially when she gets rid of her dad.
Yeah.
Love it.
And gets Dana and gets
Yes. And even though I hate her wins over Sasha, but going back to my original point is I feel like they need to do something new with Alexa. They need to put her in a feud. They need to, even if I liked it when she was tag teaming with Mickey, even though I know Mickey's out with injury, she's just got surgery. But even when she was tag teaming with Mickie James, they could have kept her in that tag team and turned them babyface and had them go after the tag team titles.
Right.
Something. I just feel like what they're bringing to us right now with Alexa Bliss is just, I'm bored now.
Right.
And it's been 3 years. We need something new from you, sis. I cannot deal with the same headlocks and insult to injury. And I'm going to jump out the ring, jump back in the ring. I'm going to do this. I need something new. That's all I have to say on that.
I agree with that. And we're going to finish that topic on that note. So if you believe that the fans are disrespectful, comment below. If you feel as if this issue is Alexa being in the main event picture for too long, comment below. Next topic, speaking of Twitter, we recently talked about Seth Rollins' comments on Twitter pertaining to his bank account when he was talking about wrestling. And Seth actually ended up coming out and apologizing, saying that the comments were impulsive. He said that, you know, he felt trash as soon as he put that out.
As you should. No, I'm just playing.
I mean, like, how do you feel? How do you feel about this apology? How do you feel about everything?
I was very happy. Like, I've always liked Seth Rollins.
Absolutely.
You know, and I started loving Seth Rollins when he put up that tweet about, what was the movie on Netflix about, was it 13th?
I think so.
And he put the hashtag Black Lives Matter. I was like, okay, yeah, now I'm a real, like, now I'm a stan. I stan you. But, you know, like, everybody has those trash moments.
Right.
Where you go on Twitter and you say something kind of like, you know.
Damn,
or,
you shouldn't have said that.
You know, right. Like, everybody has those trash moments. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have those trash moments. But now I think before I post, like, I will literally write out a whole post. Like, I will expose the hell out of you and then just go, I'm just going to delete it all and go, and just put my phone down.
Yeah.
Everybody has some moments where it's just like, I'm just going to put my phone down. So, I mean, good on Seth for apologizing, you know. And then Will Ospreay had his little tweet back where he apologized, where he, you know, kind of accepted his apology, apologized on his behalf or whatever. I thought it was cute. I'd love to see Seth and Will Ospreay get in the ring together one day. I think that would be so awesome.
I just want to make sure that Will Ospreay still has a neck, because Lord have mercy.
I just want Will Ospreay to be okay.
Yeah, exactly. Can Will Ospreay be okay?
You know, I know he wants to stay in New Japan
so and
all that. But
triple somersaults.
You might want to sign that contract to WWE.
You might.
You know, New Japan, they might kill you over there.
Yeah, they might. They just might.
I would love to wrestle in New Japan one day, but I don't want to die.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
them stiff hits,
not just the stiff hits, but I almost feel like the German like the suplexes period.
Oh yeah, like, it's harsh.
I'm just gonna drop you on your neck.
Like flat out.
Like no qualms about it. Like, oh yeah, suplex, back suplex, no. Like I'm just gonna dump you on your head.
Like I don't want a life suplex. Like I don't want my spirit to be under subjection of your suplex because you just want to be a real wrestler. I also want a real life.
I would love a real life.
Yeah, I think that's like it with the Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, I wish he'd apologize about the things he said about Dean Ambrose, but
I think he's gonna stand by that because he's a company guy, and I mean, like you can only.
And also, I get it too because it's just like you're trying to be a company guy, you're trying to be like rally the troops, and everybody's talking. It's like that one friend that has problems with everybody else. But with you've never had no problems with that person, so you're gonna defend that friend,
right?
Through everything, like you're gonna be loyal. And I get it; it's the loyalty. But he apologized for his comments, so apologize, move on.
Yeah, exactly. Apology is accepted. But if you bangs with the Seth Rollins apology, comment below.
I know it's been like 2 weeks.
It's been like 2 weeks, but like we haven't been on air for 2 weeks, so it's just like it is what it is. Now the next, oh my God! Speaking of trash moments,
Lord Jesus,
Joey Janela, Enzo Amore got into a fight.
How you get punked by Enzo Amore, bro? We don't even need to explain it. Let me explain something to you. Joey Janela. Now I have to agree with Enzo Amore on this. And Lord, forgive my language, because I know it's people that watch this that know me and other. If you talk shit, don't walk up to me and be like, "Hi, my name is Joey Janela." No, I'm gonna smack you. If you say it's on site, it's on site. There's no talking, there's no nothing. I'm gonna fight. Don't say it's on site when I see you, because now I'm gonna want to drag you. It's that simple.
That's a word. That's a word in season.
Don't. And then expect not to get popped, or expect not to at least get punked on. How you get punked by Enzo Amore? Enzo Amore, like Big Cass, I will understand because he's like 7 feet tall. He's not really 7 feet tall.
You can't teach that. But you can't teach that.
But he's like 7 feet tall. Like I wouldn't punk out because I fought people bigger than Big Cat. But like, come on now. Like Big Cass, I would see like backing up a little bit, but I'm knocking you on your knees. Enzo Amore, really?
Yeah.
I would smack Enzo Amore for breakfast. Are you freaking kidding me?
He said for breakfast. But I mean, like, yeah. I just think that can we just not get into drunken altercations, especially at Blink 182 concerts? Like Blink.
Not even the gym.
Like, you said not even the gym. I hate you.
Not even the gym.
But like Blink 182. Like Blink 182 and past his prime Lil Wayne. Not at that concert. Summer Jam, okay. I can understand.
So, but here's the thing, though. Summer Jam, there's always a fight.
Exactly.
That's why I will never go to Summer Jam.
Yeah.
Hot 96. Nah, don't even ask me to go to Summer Jam, because you're going to step in the parking lot, and the minute you step in the parking lot, it's about 3 fights. One going on in the Pepsi lot, one going on in the Verizon lot, and one going on in the MetLife lot.
In addition to the fact that the concert will not...
It won't start on time.
It won't start on time, and not all the people will perform because it'll go past the curfew, because Jersey has a curfew as far as how it's stupid. Anyway, but yeah, let's just not get into drunk altercations.
They should have had that curfew for damn WrestleMania. I was outside till 2 o'clock in the morning. And I got home at 4 a.m.
But you know the reason why there's a curfew for Summer Jam and not Mania?
The music.
So
of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So, but I want to know y'all reactions to this fight, because I just find it wildly entertaining. So, Joey Janela, Enzo Amore, fight comments. Comment below. Let us know how you feel.
How do you get punked by Enzo Amore?
Enzo Amore. Jesus Christ.
Enzo Amore. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, if I had because apparently it was just like Joey Janela was talking mad stuff about him, and then walks up to Enzo like, "Hey, my name is Joey Janela. Want to fight?" Are you kidding me? If I see Enzo, if I'm talking shit and I see Enzo, I'm on guard automatically. Like, I don't know if you're about to walk up on me and we gonna have to fight. So I'm on guard automatically. I'm not approaching you. But if you say something crazy, it's a wrap.
It's on site.
It's on site. Don't summer 2019. Don't talk and not be able to fight. Because if you can't fight, you're going to get embarrassed in these streets.
See, now I got to put too many censors on this damn episode. Anyway, Kevin Owens is receiving a major push. The former Universal Champion performed his own pipe bomb last week on SmackDown, voicing his opinions on WWE programming, which resonated with the WWE Universe. Since the promo, we've seen Apollo Crews and Liv Morgan, 2 stars that KO mentioned in his pipe bomb, have standout performances, and we even saw Liv signifying a big character change.
Did you mention Ember as well?
Yes, as well. And she's going to be getting a title shot. So, oh, wow.
Who's white boy is this?
I don't want to know. But he's wilding, yeah. But rumors are now circulating that KO is being pushed and packaged as a Stone Cold style babyface. Do you think that this will help or hurt KO, and will it lead to a better product? You go first.
First of all, I freaking hate the term pipe bomb now.
Yeah.
Because everybody who cuts a work shoot promo, it's a pipe bomb. I'm like, ugh, I'm so over it. As far as I'm concerned, I like this new direction for Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
I've wanted to see Kevin Owens as a babyface for a very long time. And, like, we got a little bit of a babyface Kevin Owens before he went into the little rivalry with Kofi back in, what was that, May?
Yeah, like right after Mania.
Yeah, I wanted that babyface Kevin Owens to continue. I really like babyface Kevin Owens. I feel like Kevin Owens is a very likable guy.
Very true.
I feel like he's a very just... Like, I feel like those vignettes that they were showing right before Wrestle, like around the time of like Elimination Chamber, like around the time he was supposed to come back, of him just, you know, being like, hey, yeah, I'm at the bowling alley with my kid, and did you give me my change? All right, you bad at my change? All right, good. I feel like that's like Kevin Owens in real life.
Yeah.
Like, he's just like the most relaxed, easygoing person on the planet. Like, you know, I even saw something on Twitter a couple years ago. He was like in Disneyland with his kids, and he's just like, hey, listen, like, I don't have a problem with giving y'all pictures. Just, you know, I'm in Disneyland with my kid. Like, let me be in Disneyland with my damn kids. Which I feel like Kevin Owens is just like super
likable and relatable.
Chilling.
Yeah, super chill.
Yeah, I like him. Everybody knows I really like Kevin Owens, and that's his spirit animal. So I really like Kevin Owens. I really think that this is a good push for him. I really don't want them to overuse the stunner, because it's gonna seem like Stone Cold light to me. Yeah, I mean, because it already has started feeling.
It started to feel like Vinnie Mac versus Stone Cold Jr. because of Shane and KO. But I do think that this is gonna make for ultimately like a better product, because Kevin Owens is funny in real life. He's violent in real life. He's athletic in real life. I feel like KO kind of has.
And you would never know it. He did what's the freaking move called? The BS something. The middle rope, jump, twist, moonsault off the top, springboard. When he did that one time, I was like, yeah. But I'm not shocked, because Kevin Owens can do like a beautiful freaking frog splash. Keep going.
Yeah, legit. And a swanton. But like, I feel like KO, he is naturally anti-establishment, anti-authority. And I feel like this kind of style of push works for him. I feel like the stunner at this point is very much like a nostalgia move. But I feel like with KO, we all know that he's so capable in the ring to do some amazing things. Yeah. So I'm not mad at him using the stunner, because one, he has Stone Cold's blessing to do it, and two,
I'm not mad at him either.
And two, this man can literally have a 30-minute banger with great move after great move and not use the stunner once, and it'll be equally, if not more, entertaining. So for the character and the push and the style that he's going for, it works. I'm eager to see where he goes. I hope, and it's a good way to keep him in the main event picture without him necessarily having a title. I mean, because when you think about it, he's pretty much held every title except for the WWE title. And to be completely honest, I don't think that he has to win anything else, title-wise or championship-wise, to prove how good he is. So he can be in the main event picture and not necessarily win a title, which frees up space and has other people in a position to win the title. Yeah. Which I think that he kind of wants anyway. I think that the move for KO and for a lot of superstars, to be honest, isn't really about winning a title. It's about putting them in a good story. Right. And I feel like this is going to position him to be in a good story. So that's my Kevin Owens spiel. If y'all feel the same way, comment below, tell us. If not, comment below and tell us. And now the last thing that we're going to go over is Finn Balor has reportedly and this may be a rumor. This is a rumor. It's been going around. We don't know if it's true or not, but apparently...
Do we know who it was that reported it?
I have no idea, to be
Because
completely
if it was
honest.
Ryan Satin, then I don't
think it was Ryan
trust anything that comes out of
Satin.
his mouth.
It wasn't. I don't think it was Ryan Satin, but apparently, according to a couple rumors, Finn Balor has reportedly asked for a leave of absence from WWE. The former Intercontinental Champion has asked management for a couple of months off to recharge, which would kind of explain his loss to Shinsuke Nakamura at Extreme Rules to drop the Intercontinental title. My question is, do you think that this will hurt the main roster if he does take a leave of absence? And will this type of leave be more common amongst the main roster?
Well, I mean, until we find out otherwise, this is what I believe Sasha Banks did.
Yeah.
Took a break.
Right.
Just was over it, as much or as little as the, title situation in WrestleMania and all the stuff after that played a part in it. I'm pretty sure this is what Sasha's done. If this is true and this is what Finn has decided to do, I feel like go for it,
Right.
Like, I feel like they could give Finn some time, even though he really hasn't been on TV, over the past couple of weeks. I mean, if you really think about it, Finn has been, their quote unquote good hand to have since he came back the night after WrestleMania 2 years ago. So, he was in... He came back that night. They were trying to push him. They were pushing him as a top level guy. They didn't really do it the way that they should have. They should have brought him back as a heel.
Right.
Like, bro, Seth Rollins put you out and you come back and you're Seth Rollins' partner. I would have brought him back as a heel. But I digress. It was 2 years ago. I need to get over it. I need to let it go. But my thing is, if this is true and this is what Finn has decided to do, I mean, good for him.
Right.
I feel like he deserves it. Again, like I said, he's been their good hand ever since he came back. He's kind of been floating on the mid card, and then he's a 2-time IC champion, and then he really didn't do much with the title until Sunday.
Right.
From the time that he won it. So yeah, I mean, go for it. I mean, he just got engaged. I'm pretty sure he wants to sit and plan his
wedding.
That's
a big
he was
thing.
with Kathy Kelly. I'm really sad because they were so cute
so
together.
Grimy though. That's mad funny.
They were so cute.
They were, but like, think about it. Think about being Kathy, and then like next thing you know, like your ex just got engaged, and you single.
Dang, I love you, Kathy Kelly.
I love
is
Kathy
so
Kelly.
Cute.
She is the best. But like, just damn.
I actually followed Kathy Kelly ever since she was on. I think it was AfterBuzz TV. And she used to do Raw reviews on AfterBuzz. I love Kathy Kelly. I've known I've known of Kathy Kelly for
a while,
very long time. I love her. But yeah, no, go ahead. But if it's untrue, then
Right. I mean, according, because I found this out from you today, apparently he just asked if he could turn heel and join the club, which would be a dope move. And
then imagine it goes from the club to the Balor Club. AJ Styles doesn't like that, and then they oust AJ.
And then it's a feud, and a legitimate feud with a story. But what I was gonna say,
to build on their match that they had at TLC
2017, hallelujah. But what I was gonna say was that I can see Finn leaving for a couple months, and like taking a break. I feel like a lot of people don't really take into consideration the schedule that these guys have to endure. Sure. And how much they have to travel, and sometimes it can just be super overwhelming, to the point where you want to take a break, and it's okay to take a break. It's okay to recharge and relax, because it's better for you to take these 2 months to recharge and relax than to go on for these 2 months and then possibly get injured, or probably just have things weigh down on you and cause you stress and angst and anxiety that you just don't need. I feel like this is something that should be done on the main roster more, as far as like taking a mental health break, taking some type of like just time to refresh and recharge so that you can go back into the game better than you were when you left.
Right.
But yeah, I'm eager to see the future of the Intercontinental title, because Shinsuke is holding it now. And apparently he's going to be feuding with Ali. I would love to see Ali as the Intercontinental Champion personally.
Yeah, me too.
I feel like he deserves it. But we'll see what happens. If you guys feel any different about this Finn Balor situation, be sure to comment below and like below. There's one other thing that I didn't say that we were going to talk about, which I am going to talk about because it just came to mind. The return of Bray Wyatt.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about
Oh, sweet mother of God. That was probably one of the best
that. It was
planned,
really cool.
one of the best planned debuts, returns, surprise appearances that we have ever seen, because we've been seeing these vignettes, then we didn't see it for a week,
Yeah.
and people may have just been like, okay, and then he just came. And it was amazing. The mask was amazing. Yeah. The entrance was amazing. The lighting effect was amazing. Just the way that he came back was great. It was so great. And my hat's off to WWE Creative, and my hat's off to Bray Wyatt for making that such a special return and a special moment. I feel like he is about to get a major push. Hopefully, my fingers crossed. We'll love to see him take the title off of Brock Lesnar.
I don't think that's going to happen, but I would like to see him, get something as well.
Yeah.
Even though, they used to call him Eater of Pins because it's what happened. He talked a big game and then would lose.
And would eat a pin. But, his promo catalog is deep. He got a good promo catalog from talking all that junk. But that was a good debut/return. So if you guys feel the same way, be sure to comment below and tell us how you feel. I think that's going to conclude our episode for this week.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm Jay the Creative. He's back from vacation. And we'll see you guys next week.